Good morning, everyone. It is time for another episode because it is another day here on board Costa Toscana. We have just pulled into Athens in Greece, and fun fact, we were unable to enter the port. We've been kind of sitting in front of the port for at least 2 to 3 hours, and ultimately we were delayed in brackets with at least an hour and 15 minutes in terms of when we finally got into the port, just because apparently it was too busy. So all the excursions of all the other guests were all like pushed back. It was quite interesting to see how busy it is here. Another fun fact is that when I sat down at breakfast, the waiter immediately came and he was like, "How was your sleep? And today you are on time," because if you listen to the last episode, I forgot there was a time change. And speaking of forgetting things, after breakfast, of course, I went up outside, walked my laps, looked at the port, and kind of waited for us to pull in, if that's the right terminology even. And I found a new place to work, which is in the ice cream bar, ice cream cafe. They have these booths where you can sit, which is amazing. And again, very quiet. But I'm looking at my schedule for the day, and I'm noticing that today is Friday. And I swear to God, I assumed it was Thursday today. So that was another shock. I had to ask the staff there to confirm what day it is. And indeed, it is Friday. So I somehow not only forgot a time change, for some reason I forgot also an entire day. Nevertheless, I am about to go into Athens. I have no idea what I'm going to do there. Last night I did Google a little bit with like alternative things to do, but there wasn't really anything on the list that interested me. I also looked at free walking tours, which I've already done here in Athens, and I was kind of hoping for almost like an alternative free walking tour, because sometimes they have different themes, but it all kind of seemed the same. So I'm gonna get off the ship, and then I have to somehow make my way to the train station or the metro station. And then I'm just going to Google the best coffee place in Athens. And that's where I'm going to go. And let's see what else we can think of. So I will catch you basically when I get back to the ship. And then let's see if I have a story to tell. And just like that, I am back on the ship. It was a total mess. I didn't even make it to the metro station. This is going to be a little bit of a rant, so I'm going to apologize up front. I don't understand that major cities, like Athens, for example, do not understand that their cruise terminal and everything that goes around it is as much as a welcome card to the city and the country as is an airport. So I get off the ship, and there's a million taxis, there are a million hop-on-hop-off buses, and we are docked at Cruise Terminal B, which, as far as I understand, is the cruise terminal that is furthest away. So to walk to the metro station is 40 minutes, according to Google Maps. That's too far to walk, considering you also have to walk back. I know that there is a port shuttle bus that's going from our cruise terminal B to cruise terminal A, which is closer, but the bus nowhere to be found. Seems that it doesn't really exist. All the staff that is working there at the cruise terminal, no English. So I'm just like, why are you even here? Anyway, no problem. I just start walking because I know that out of the gate, when you get into the streets, if you will, public buses go. So walking there, on my way to the public bus, see if I can hop on that to drop me off at the metro station. Of course, I'm not the only one, right? There's like hundreds of other people trying to do the same. But every single bus, and I tried 3 different buses, wouldn't let me on because they don't sell tickets for the bus on the bus itself. And it's also not that you can just tap your credit card or anything like that. So extremely frustrating, extremely annoying. And then I just thought, well, if I'm just gonna basically get a coffee and not do anything else, I don't need to do this. I don't need to continue walking 40 minutes. I'll just go back to the ship, change into the sunshine, have a nice coffee somewhere on the ship. You know what I mean? It is totally fine. I have been to Athens like 3 to 4 times. I have seen and do everything. But it is extremely disappointing that a city like Athens isn't better organized and that the staff isn't more willing to help people. It's just a taxi mafia. Like, if you're not willing to pay for an expensive taxi or the hop on up off bus, you're just kind of stuck there in the faraway terminal. Because I think Aida and Aida Blue, another cruise ship, is parked at the cruise terminal that is close to the metro. So they got lucky and we didn't. My afternoon was amazing. I was out on deck 8 at the front of the ship. They have these wider tanning beds, if you will, a little bit more luxurious and a little bit more comfortable. I was there all by myself. There was nobody there. I spent around 2 hours there. It's around 22 degrees. Then I had some lunch. I went to the buffet restaurant because I was already on deck 8. And then I worked a little bit more. Where did I work from? Oh yeah, the Ferrari bar, of course. The office, in that sense. And then I went back outside, walked a few laps, and then I went all the way up at the back of the ship on deck 18. You can go up one more. I don't think it's officially like deck 19. But they have these really nice lounge chairs and all these things. And I just sat there in the sun. I was listening to a podcast, and it was just absolutely amazing. So now I'm back. I'm just preparing for dinner. And then let's see what the evening holds. I'm also looking a little bit ahead. Of course, we have another day in Athens, and then we're going to make our way to Oman. I was looking at the different excursions because out of all the destinations that I would be interested in, and the only destination I have not been to would be Salalah in Oman. And unfortunately, Costa on this trip is not really offering a lot of excursions. Doha, for example, they offer no excursions. Salalah, they only offer 4. There's a big change on this cruise, I was saying to someone earlier, than the same ship a month ago. A lot of things are closed, a lot of things are open shorter or reduced, and I get it. It's a transfer cruise, a repositioning cruise. A lot of maintenance is being done. There's a whole lot less people on. But from an excursion perspective, there's also just not that much to book. There's only 4 options for Salalah. One of them is going to a beach, and the other one is going to a resort, all these things. So I'm just kind of thinking ahead of what I'm going to do. So I'll keep you posted on that. Other than that, again, it was just a really nice, relaxing afternoon. And I had a nice coffee outside. It was just beautiful. I'm really happy, even though the morning wasn't that great. And I'm thinking about trying to go back into town again tomorrow. And at dinner, I'm just going to ask my seatmates as to what they have been doing. So let's see. And yeah, I'm just going to take a shower, prepare for dinner, and I'll catch you after. And so we are ending the day. I just came back from dinner, which wasn't that great, to be honest. Yesterday, I started to question it. Today, dinner just wasn't great. I even had to send back my main course. The first course that I had didn't arrive. It was just a bit of a mess, so hopefully in the next few days, things will smoothen out. I understand fully that a lot of the crew is new. Tomorrow, a lot of crew is disembarking, and I'm assuming a whole bunch of new crew is joining as well. And also, the dining room was empty today. I think it's because we have an overnight stay in Athens. Many people are in town, probably having dinner there, as they should. And for me, yeah, I was just walking through the ship, and I noticed that they have various drinks packages on sale, different ones than the ones you can buy. when you book the cruise. For example, they have a cappuccino package, which is 25 cappuccinos for 82 euros. So let's do the calculation one bit. That's 85 euros for 25, which I don't get it right. So they try to sell it as a package, 25 cappuccinos for 82 euros, which comes down to €3.40 per cappuccino. But if I just order a cappuccino, including the service charge, it's also €3.40. So that's a bit of a disappointing offer. Also a beer package. How much is that? Oh, that's a small beer. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. So it's interesting. They try to sell you all these new packages with like discounts, but it's not really discounts. That being said, people also had some trouble getting off the ship today. But what people ended up doing is that they ended up going into Piraeus, like the town, the port town. So I'm considering doing that tomorrow. Just walking in, walk half an hour, maybe find a coffee place there, and still get a sense of Greece, because after tomorrow, we're going straight to Egypt, Suez Channel, the Red Sea, on our way to Oman, and we'll be on the ship for 8 full days without stopping. So that's quite intense. Guys, before we end today, of course, I have to talk about our sponsor for this episode. That is epiccruisedeals.com. Epiccruisedeals.com is a website for you if you love to cruise and you always want to make sure that you have the very best cruise deal. It's a free email service where they scan the internet all day long, and when prices of cruise fares drop, you get an email notification. So make sure to check that out, epiccruisedeals.com, and I will see you in the next episode, our final day in Athens and our final day in port for a very, very long time.